This is the first live stream I've done with my new phone. I got the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Not compensated for that, just have the benefit of a 6-year newer phone, which has a lot of features that help me do what I do. I've got the water on top of the car with a copper tube in it. One of the benefits of that is adding copper to the water and creating curiosity in the people that come on around here. Stephanie was excited to see me this morning. She said hi off the balcony and knit me a little mushroom beanie for my head when it's chilly. It was very nice of her. So I've got the Bible.com app as well that I'm encouraging people to consider. It's God's Word in all the major languages, a couple thousand of them. So I'm going to take us on out to the setup that I have on the beach in just a moment. And of course, Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. And so that's the primary reason why I do this. And then there's a lot of people that are unaware of the grand illusion that we're living in, much like the Matrix, with all the deception that's going on. So regardless of what the weather is, it could be 100-mile-an-hour wind, and unless somebody goes and takes my sticker off of there, it'll be there. And people can see it. It's what it is essentially is actionable information, so that if you type in my name and or phone number, it's like computer code to help you to find the content that I've compiled on multiple platforms. This is at the 62nd Street location. There's really nice concrete bathrooms, permanent, and it's just a beautiful area here. I noticed this morning that they're setting up, it looks like, for the beach renourishment. I'll see if I can zoom in there on them right out in the middle of the view there. They'll be pumping up sand on the beach and moving it around with bulldozers. It looks like I don't have as much zoom when I'm on a live stream as I do when I'm direct recording onto this device. There's shrimp boats out here too. Some pretty heavy duty, expensive rigs. So when people are coming down the little boardwalk there, or they're up in the condos, they can see this, or whether they're walking on the beach. People come on by and chat with me. This is the little mushroom beanie that Stephanie made for me. How nice. I've got wonderful friends and family all over the world. What a privilege. Gives me an opportunity to go ahead and reach people all over. I'm very grateful for that opportunity. Surfing friends. Nice ride, looks like. And then we've got the fishing and beach walkers, families out here today, lots of them. Bicycles and puppies and picnics, all of that. And the tide is going to go out for probably another 5 hours or so. Good morning. So one of my I did a video out here showing the water jug and my setup. I had a smaller setup with the water jug and the small chair and the banner. And they were curious, and I didn't say anything, and I didn't even put myself on the screen except for my tan foot. So I want to elaborate a little bit on that. They were curious what I was wanting to communicate. And so I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. It's not just about adding solar energy to the water and then drinking it like liquid sunshine. It's also about the water in the body. So the tan that I have, the body that I have, picks up sun directly into the brain through the eyes, and then also through the skin. So it's a source of free energy. Let's zoom in on that, see how that looks. Wow, that's interesting. The optics on the camera with the new phone are 6 generations newer than my old phone. It isn't that I just had to have the latest, newest phone. I wanted to be able to do what I do better. So I think what I'm going to do here is drop this down a little bit. And I wanted to talk about some of the different dynamics here as opposed to the Cherry Grove Pier. The Cherry Grove Pier is approximately 2 miles in that direction. It'd be southwest. And what I wanted to elaborate on is that in the video with the information without me talking, people can go ahead and search that computer code, the name, my name hashtagged, and the phone number. Now, recently, a video that's about 1 hour and 7 minutes long was restored. It previously was taken down for copyright restrictions. It's about free energy and cleaning and powering the world with water and magnet motors and all that. The documentary, The Lost Century, covers a lot of how the technology to do that, to clean and power the world with abundant, clean, free energy, what happens is they suppress that information and the people that promote it. Some of them rather permanently, I would say, but maybe not so much in that when people are online, we've all got a digital presence of some sort, some more than others. So when I'm adding content to my library, it's not just my content, it's what others have created. Hey there. Sun is picking up water, or I mean the water is picking up sun and copper. It's like liquid sunlight. It changes the molecular structure, adds energy to it. Have I ever given you one of my cards? I drank it, lots of it. And it's also reverse osmosis carbon filtered, so it doesn't, or it's got the chemicals removed. Well, the reverse osmosis pulls the chemicals out. Let me go ahead and give you one of my cards here. You can go ahead and take a look at what's on the different profiles I'm on. Hey buddy, what's his name?
That's Ruby.
Ruby?
Ruby.
Oh, what's her name? Hi Ruby. Good girl. And I'm Robert Forsch.
How you doing?
Good. What's your name?
It's big flat earth out there, right?
It is. Wow, not a lot of people are aware of that. Good for you. So I'm doing a live stream right now. You mind saying that again?
One big flat Earth. Earth is not round, people. It's flat, water level.
There you go.
Think.
That's right.
You've been taught wrong in school. You've been lied to.
You got it, man.
The firmament above, and that's about it. You got the firmament that God created. You got the flat Earth, and everything else moves around us, and the Earth is stationary.
Wow, what a wonderful opportunity to record that or broadcast it. Thank you so much.
You got it.
Yeah, feel free to reach out anytime if you. What was that? Say again. Ken Oliver. Very good, Ken. Thank you so much. This will be up in a little bit. It'll be online for you. Sounds good, man. Then I've got the copper carafe here as well. Has electrical benefits for the body. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna see how this looks if I flip it around. Part of it is a microphone test too. So this is the standard microphone for the phone. It's not a lavalier mic or a wired mic. I just wanted to test it and see how that is. So one of the obvious realities, like Ken was saying, is the water seeks level, and we've got a horizontal horizon all around us. There you go. And what I did is I put documentaries in my library that are comprehensive and explain all this. And I've got the truth tellers and the deceivers there as well to expose all of that. And one of the most convincing deceivers are those that are themselves deceived and they don't know it by definition. So I've been coming out here for more than a decade. If you wanted to see some high-powered zoom camera footage of ships that are way, way out there, ships like these. They're closer now. I zoomed in with the Nikon P900 and P1000. Did a video right over here where you can see the sun appearing to be in the clouds. It's a local sun. It does a great job. The sun, moon, and stars move above the stationary level Earth. And then, like Ken was saying, in Genesis 1 proclaims that there's a firmament above us. That's how we can have a pressurized atmosphere. Now, one of the realities of all this is that a lot of times people don't want to they want to cling to their comfortable deception. It's familiar to them. I just wanted to know the truth about it all. That's how I got here. So I've got it's a very interesting story to me. I mean, from studying neuroscience to health and wellness, and Roger Schultz today I've had him in my library for quite some time, talking about the benefits of the sun on the human body, how it adds energy. I've got a lot of talented Nobel Prize winning doctors and mathematicians and all of that. We're dealing also with artificial intelligence that has integrated technology in the food, water, and air, and is manipulating that technology within the human body. I know it sounds crazy, yet it's true. And the experts say that they not only can do it, they're doing it. How thoughtful. Ooh, I'm gonna see how good I can zoom in on the pelican here. Walter. The lone pelicans, I call Walters. And then they'll go and hang out with the other pelicans. It's pretty cool. What I was saying about the super zoom camera is you'll be able to see this technology of diesel electric bulldozers, and there's so much to look at. So one of the other realities is that we are a composite of not only our physiology but our spirituality. I'm actually a born-again Christ follower. The Holy Spirit lives in and through me and all of his children that are actually born again. Some of his children may not have been born the first time yet. So it's important to be born and then born again. Let's flip this around once again. I met David that did this is Great Lakes Dock and Dredge. In Dubai, he built an island. How about that? I met a gentleman out here that I brought up the topic of data centers. He said we've got submarine data centers, meaning below the surface of the ocean. And part of what's going on with that, with the data centers, approximately this is what he told me, approximately 95% of the energy consumption is to cool the system down, and 5% to operate the compute. That may or may not be entirely accurate, maybe depending on the system and the location. But imagine if you can use the already heavy, cool water at lower in the ocean. The further down you go, it gets really cold. One of the other realities is that with the free energy technology, 0 point energy, we could clean and power the world with water, magnetism, and accessing the field of energy that's all around us. About a decade ago, I was hit by lightning right out there. If you were on my channel and you went to the small looking glass on my channel and type in "struck by lightning," you can see that video. 5 Vietnamese surf fishermen, and I was recording or broadcast. It was a direct recording, I believe, and recording the Bible as well. Well, anyway, we were all hit by lightning. You can see their reaction. And then it was maybe a month later, a Google executive and his wife came out here to meet me. I've met a lot of very interesting people, including, by their own admission, with the alphabet agencies. So Virginia is not too far away, Langley, Virginia. This doesn't freak me out. There are, I believe, good people that are captive to a lifestyle that is pretty hard to let go of if you tell the truth about what's actually going on. A lot of those good people are not aware of the darker side of what they're involved in. Now, the nature of some of the programs that are being done right now are black projects. They're unacknowledged. Apparently not even the president knows, and they like it that way. It's called plausible deniability. So they don't know and they don't want to know. It works like that. The focal point on that is enough to catch leather seats on fire. I know this because one day I had it inside the car. I went into a Walmart, and when I came out and opened the door, I was smelling, and I thought, hey, it smells like somebody, like they're grilling hamburgers or something. It was my leather seat of the original Truthmobile. It was big enough I could stick my finger in it. Well, I'm real careful where I put that. It can even catch grass on fire. I've got the Mosquito Coast, I believe the name of it is, with Harrison Ford, is available for free right now. He used technology to create ice from fire. You can take ice and magnify sunlight and catch things on fire. The reality is we don't know what we don't know. And there's a lot I can't talk about. The podcasters can, the people with many millions of views. I've put together, I'm a video jockey, a VJ. I remember in the 80s watching MTV, and I'm using this differently. I've got classic music in there to engage the heart and the mind. Think back in the form of time travel, having memories or looking to the future, imagining what things could be like, or looking at how they actually were. And one of the questions I have is, how accurate is that situational awareness? Now, if you add to that, and I will invite you to do that, transcranial neuromodulation, which is connecting the brain to quantum supercomputers with remote neural monitoring. I've got documentaries that explain all of this. And I know it sounds crazy, yet true. So you can look at it if you care to. It's food for thought for your consideration. One of my subscribers came by here yesterday and wanted one of my cards to put on her property. She rents out a condo nearby here. So I gave her some stickers. That worked out really nice. So I've met people that come on by that said, hey, you're still doing this. I met you 10 years ago. Yeah, I've been doing it for about 11 years now. And part of the wonderful reality is that, like, for example, I can go live on YouTube because I've got more than 1,000 subscribers. When I first did this, I needed 100, and I got those pretty quick. And what you can do if you want, if you're new to this, and you do a live stream on Facebook, you can download it to your computer and then upload it to Instagram, TikTok, I believe I mentioned YouTube, Twitter. There's all kinds of benefits for that. And then that leverages the cloud, the AI that's storing all the data, tracking, tracing, databasing, threat assessing. There's multiple cameras on these buildings, and some of them may be available to be viewed live online. I'm sure they are, but I don't know if they're accessible to you. You would have to look in North Myrtle Beach. That's the Sedgefield North, and then there's the names of others that I don't have on the tip of my tongue right now. But you could look at it. You could recognize them from their view if you want. It's a great place to vacation. Apparently, this is the #1 driven to destination in North America. On a busy year, we had over 20 million guests come to the Grand Strand, which is roughly 60 miles of coastline. So there's a lot to do here. On the beach over there, I've got photos and video of horses. Inlet Point Plantation has horseback rides on the beach out there. Very nice. Alrighty, I think that'll do for now. I want to thank you all for your public and private encouragement. Some of the ideas that I put out there are for you to maybe do some of the same kind of thing if you want. Like when I offer to take people's pictures, I will a lot of times take a picture of my card and say, you know, the short little, give me a call anytime if you think I missed something or got it wrong, or you just want to say hi. Alrighty, let's see. Thank you so much for your public and private encouragement. I'm gonna just flip this around here. This is a very family-oriented beach here, which is so nice. So there's a lot of polarizing topics in my library and in our reality. One of the questions that I have for people is that really true? It's not only what I have for people in general. When I have a thought or an idea, is that really true? Is it accurate? How accurate is my perception or situational awareness? And so there's a lot of videos that I have in my library, about 20,000 across multiple platforms. And it's not just what to think, it's how to think, how to critically analyze. Contradictory perspectives can't all be right. In fact, they're all wrong except for the one that's accurate. And just because there is deception in the system, the deceivers do not always lie. Quite often they tell the truth and then win people over and give them a false sense of trustworthiness. That's a Big M casino boat going out into international waters for gambling. Imagine that. I've got documentaries that cover, you can hear Jack Kruse about the gambling industry and how they maximize their profit with lighting, removing time devices like clocks and blacked out the windows and gave people free alcohol and free food and Shazam. They've got a money-making machine. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in on the, looks like a pumper out there. Let's see, where are you? There he is. So there's a lot of elaborate equipment that's involved with this. Pumping the sand up off the bottom of the ocean. Sometimes they get gold coins, gold doubloons. Apparently Blackbeard ran the waters off the South Carolina coast. I know people that have found some of the gold coins out here. Alrighty, so there you go. Thank you so much for your public and private encouragement. Feel free to reach out anytime you like. Thank you.